Hello, everyone. A quick word before the episode begins. In the midsection of this episode, I actually referred to the Arc 4 Q&A as an event in the future. We're getting pretty close to it. Well, we have determined a date. In fact, the Arc 4 Q&A will be happening on April 23rd. This is a Saturday, 2022, obviously. Though shout out to the fans that are listening to us in the distant future of next year. Now, for this Arc 4 Q&A, feel free to throw us questions on Twitter. The pinned tweet on our Twitter at Not a Scratchcast will be basically saying, "Hey, the Arc 4 Q&A is coming up." Or if you're a member of the Discord, which by the way, join the Discord, really cool place. If you're a member of the Discord, you'll be able to throw questions into the designated channel for questions that you have about us. Again, Arc 4 Q&A, April 23rd, 2022. Feel free to throw your questions out there. And again, it doesn't just have to be about Arc 4. It can be about anything happening prior to that. It can be about us, and we may or may not answer it depending on the personality, the personalness, I guess, of the question. Anything like that. So, one last time, Arc 4 Q&A, April 23rd, 2022. Schedule it down. It'll be on twitch.tv/theaduran region and will be an enjoyable time. Of course, it'll eventually turn into an episode afterwards, so don't worry if you end up missing it or if you miss the chance to have your question answered, anything like that. So, April 23rd, 2022. Let's find out why the episode title is in lowercase, because I don't think that's normal.
The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
Pull out your D10s. We're going to need those. And pull out your D10.
You're talking like I don't have all my dice laid out on my desk and organized from before.
Like, as we're diving on in, the D10 is going to be rolled almost.
That's fine. I have them.
Spoiler alert, excuse you.
Hey, guess what, guys? Spoilers, you're using dice.
The horror!
I know, I just ruined the entire campaign. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Anirudh himself, and with me here, collecting every hotel card he's ever gotten.
It's me, Mansour. I have access to over 300 Holiday Inns around the world. We got somebody with me who... you know, like the demon Krampus? He uses the plural of... He thinks the plural of Krampus is Krampi.
It's me, Muhammad. That's how Latin works.
As we are here, welcome everyone to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that discusses the etymology of Latin, specifically. Only Latin. No side effects, no Romanian or not, just straight up Latin.
I will say, I did say that very adamantly, and I thought it was true. But I forget how you do the plural of masculine words, because Krampus would be masculine and not, whatever you, I don't know what you call it.
I wouldn't. I took French in high school, so
it's the same thing.
So what language did you end up taking?
I took Spanish.
See, we covered the Romance languages.
The plural is just S. That's it.
It's been so long since I've taken French stuff, learned French stuff. Most of it is forgotten. The only thing I remember is the how to say "Can I use the restroom?" because that was drilled into our heads day one.
I feel like that every foreign language student in the U.S. comes out not knowing how to speak the foreign language at all, but just knowing how to say, "Can I use the bathroom?" or "Where is the library?"
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
like that's all everyone knows. And I will say, for the record, I don't know how to say either of those in Latin.
¿Dónde está Puedo ir al baño? ¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
Do I know the library one? I don't know. I never went to the library.
The ¿Dónde está la biblioteca is like every Spanish class ever, at least. I don't know French if y'all got that privilege or not.
No, I think it was just...
How would you say "where is the library" in French?
Shoot.
I don't know how to say "where is."
I should. That was probably the first lesson in French
Google
1. But
Translate. I'm gonna pull
yeah.
this up right now.
Everyone, forget the class. Forget this thing. We're gonna Google Translate this.
It's
Où est la bibliothèque? I don't know if I said that right at all. It's that very Italian.
wait, yeah, you said that very wait, what was that first word?
Où
where?
est la bibliothèque? That's how you say it, according to the Google thing.
Où est la bibliothèque?
Yeah.
I almost
Yeah.
sound like Italian in that. Back
It's
when I
all-
learned French, my French accent was solid, but also
It-
languages kind of build in their accents in the language itself.
Dude, it's such a wild concept that French, Spanish, and Italian all sound very similar and have similar words and sentence structures. It's almost like they come from the same place.
Impossible. I don't know.
Families.
I don't know. The language that I grew up learning is
Mansour, to answer your question, they are all Romance languages.
Yes, I know.
the language.
Oh, I
that
thought you
grew
were
up
saying
learning-
language families like absentmindedly as you typed it into Google and.
No, I
That's
know
what
they're
it
all
sounded like.
romance.
That's what it
No,
sounded
I was just saying that they're part of the same language. I know this. How dumb do you think I am? I walked into that one. Don't answer it.
The language that I grew up learning in my family is of a branch that is centrally located in southern India to the point where it's not associated with any language anywhere else. It's
Oh,
literally
yeah.
like the bottom triangle of India and then Sri Lanka, I guess, and that's basically it. So
You know what language we haven't seen in a while?
seen in a while sounds very weird. It makes me think like Gaelic or something like that.
No, I'm gonna say oldish. Let's get into
Ooh.
Pokemon, guys.
Ooh, what a segue brought to you by Mansour. Speaking of oldish and the languages itself, anyone want to give a recap of what happened in the last episode?
Since Mansour
I-
seems so eager to
I can
get
do it.
into
I can do
Oldish,
it.
let's
I can
see
do
if
it
we
in a
can
few
do
words.
that.
Yes, the young Machop and the hat in the front.
Yeah, thank you. So last episode, we beat Hydreigon. Any questions?
Yes. How did we get to the Hydreigon? Why were we fighting a Hydreigon? Are we still with Keldeo? What's the context? Come on.
Well, maybe you should have been paying attention, but I'll be a little bit more detailed for the sticklers in the back. One of the tasks, we are still with Keldeo, and one of Keldeo's tasks that they need to accomplish in order to become a legendary is to defeat the Hydreigon.
But weren't
So-
we gonna find an odd incense to get the golden egg instead?
You see, this is where my memory fails me. So we were in a we started walking according to a map question. No, odd incense. We were smelling odd incense, and then we walked into a desert following the smell, and then that led us to a cave where we found the giant pile of gold and treasure, and then there's the odd incense on top of it. Hydreigon appears. We beat Hydreigon. That's what happened.
See, there you. Was that so hard?
I feel
Does a
very
recap have to be 3 words?
I feel very inefficient.
And notice how when I asked you to elaborate, you remembered things that you otherwise forgot.
I still feel very inefficient.
Okay, but now you at least know where we are, what we're doing, what our context is, you know.
I always knew the context. I just didn't want to explain it.
I always knew the
I
context.
understand.
Oh, right! Egg! Golden! Incense!
okay.
Odd!
Okay, yes, that I did forget. But the cave stuff I didn't forget.
All good, all good. That is a, as far as I can tell, pretty solid summary. Mohammed, anything to add beyond comments from the back corner?
No, I've had my fun.
All right, sweet. Without further ado, then, gentlemen and other gentlemen, let us dive on in. Splash, we've exited the cave, and much to our surprise, stuff has happened. You know, beating a Hydreigon, leveling up, everyone feeling real vindicated about their power levels and stuff. Also, beating a level 65 Pokemon, kind of a thing that happened as well. So, now that it is time for travel section, what I am going to have you all do is roll a d10. What I am going to do is roll 2 d10s, because one d10 is for how much time you guys are stuck in a cave, and the other d10 is for actual travel. So,
It's alright, we're all rolling d10s.
It's alright, we're not coming up on... We are making great time, unless the Skarmory managed to do everything in a day.
So also my dice, I threw it on my table, and then it proceeded to quite literally, like it was a joke film or like that Campbell soup commercial, just bounced off and just rolled away. So I'll be right back for that.
We love to see it. And by we love to see it, I mean we don't love to see that at all. That's really important.
I've rolled mine.
Like quite literally, it went a good like 7 feet away. I don't know how it bounced that far. Oh, you are not gonna like my rolls. So
I like my roll, so your roll doesn't matter.
okay, so we've got roll number 1 for me is a 9. Roll number 2 for me is a 10. Your rolls are
I got
rolled
a 1.
3.
a
Ha!
1
See,
and a
we
3.
balanced it out.
All right,
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
so that is 23. So what's gonna happen here is you're gonna take the remaining 1 hour on day 14, and then day 15 we have 22 hours. So you take 14 hours, and then
We took the
day
scenic route on the way
16,
back, you know?
Uh,
Kept an eye out for any other potential happening.
8.
See
to
if we
make sure I
find a
have this
random
right, so-
dog on our way.
That's not it. It was 1, 3, 9, and 10. Correct.
Yep.
-1, -14. Yep, 8 hours. Okay, cool. 8 hours. That leaves 6 hours remaining. Okay, so what happens here is when you enter the cave, the desert was real calm, cool, and collected. When you exited the cave, it turned into a sandstorm, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's fun."
Oh,
so
no.
I think you guys walked out of the cave, walked for about 15 minutes, realized the sandstorm was not going to let up, and just went back to the cave to sleep. Like,
We don't like taking chip damage.
yeah, no need to take any damage or have sand in your mouth.
Yeah.
Or that. Yeah.
There is
Like
that.
my mom always used to say, Ralph, stop eating that sand. I mean, I was a smart kid.
I'm sorry. That just
The
came
real-
out of nowhere. And I
The
was
real
so-
question is, would Ralph still eat sand at age 10?
Probably not.
Okay. Alright, good. Glad to see there's been some character growth.
But if it's sandbox multicolored sand, I can't be trusted. I'll say it like that.
Oh, okay. We know his weakness.
That's how you beat Ralph these days. It's not any attacks or anything. Just give him a box of sand and see what happens. Okay. Just like in the last episode, what I am going to do is either just speed through the dot-related shenanigans, or we could take time to actually go through it. Up to you all. I will say nothing has changed in these dreams that you will have over day 14 night
I
and
don't-
50 night. So
I don't think I have any other guesses, so
You don't have any guesses for the password?
I don't think
So-
I have any more.
So is Ralph just gonna, like, do
Wait.
nothing in
Wait,
his dream?
wait. I do have some guesses.
okay, feel free. We're gonna do this over 2 nights, and neither of these dreams are gonna be any different, barring you guessing correctly or me thinking of something. So you have
Okay.
6 guesses that you can use throughout these 2 nights,
All right,
or punch a door. But
cool.
we saw what happened last time.
Guess number 1. I don't know if I've guessed this before because I have the attention span of an amoeba. Victini.
Victina
No.
does not open the door.
Okay, just making sure.
No, dude, come on. Throw some real guesses out there.
I don't. What else is there? I've already made that guess.
The joke's on all of you. The guess is actually my social security number. So.
I should just start guessing, like, because we do have a mole.
025.
Pearl.
No.
Pearl does not open the door.
Okay. What was the name of the well, was it not the Zigzagoon? What's the
The Zank?
Zigzagoon? No, Zigzagoon. Then Linoon. What's the big one?
Oh, Obstagoon.
Obstagoon.
Obstagoon. What was the name of the Obstagoon leader?
It was just the Goon.
The Goon.
The Goon
No.
does not open the door. 3 guesses down, 3 to go.
Okay. It's not the bird. I don't think.
Is Kyle, like, watching Ralph just shout these names at a door and see what
Between the
happens?
2 nights, yes, unless you would like to interrupt him. But
Yeah, I'm gonna... let
actually,
Ralph
sorry,
guess.
I'm a fool. For both of you guys, roll Arcana twice for these
Oh.
2 nights.
Oh, I thought you were just giving us auto passes here. I was gonna take it, but
No,
if you
I'm
want me to
sorry,
roll
I-
a nat 1, that's fine.
Never.
I need both of you to roll
I've-
these Arcana guesses.
I've rolled an 8 for one time,
Oh wait, I need to roll for the second night too.
and then I've rolled a 5. Yeesh.
That's fine. For your case, Ralph,
Oh wait,
operation's cool.
Wait. Oh, this is. Wait, he rolled an 8 the first time.
Yes.
So did he have what?
So for Ralph's case, this is less impactful. This is more for if Kyle sees Ralph do this sort
Okay,
of
well,
stuff.
the first night I rolled a nat 1.
Okay, so not only do you not see anything, I'm gonna get back to you in a second.
Okay, and then for the
you're
second night I rolled a 14.
14. Okay, so you don't see the first 3 passwords, but you see the second 3. Frankly, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make too much of a difference, barring him getting this correct. But we'll see. Anyway, 3 guesses down on night 1, 3 guesses on night 2.
Oh, I've done my 3 guesses for night 1, not for night 2 yet.
Yes.
I'm running out of characters.
As I've mentioned, it might be someone that we haven't met yet, or
Think about the timeline that all of our characters existed, and think about where we are now.
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be someone from the past. No, maybe is it someone from the past? Maybe it's someone from.
I will say, if modern day Skarmory is inside that room,
Skarmory.
Skarmory does not work. Is that counting as an actual guess? I mean.
Oh wait, that
Sure.
was the modern. What did you do to the time space continuum?
I don't
Anirudh?
know. I don't know.
No, not you, Anirudh.
Oh, hi. How you doing?
What did you do?
Yeah. You know me. My timeline, my rules. And apparently, I decided to just take one of those. It's one of those bendy rulers that's like this shouldn't make sense, logically speaking. But
Have I guessed Zoroark?
My man just made a whole wrinkle in time. He took the string and he just zoop.
Have you guessed Zoroark yet? I don't believe you have.
Okay, Zoroark.
That does not work.
He got baited.
Dang it.
Not a bad guess, but it does not work.
There's no other like very obviously evil people that we've tried fighting. Well, there was that like dastardly trio, the ones that tried to get into the city, and then I like stopped them unexpectedly back in.
Oh,
like,
that
Arc
one,
2,
yes.
Or Arc 3. It was Arc 2, I think. Who were they? One of them was a Pyroar, and I forget the other two. Pyroar.
Do you want to guess Pyroar as your guess?
Yeah.
Pyroar does not work.
My man's just about to go down the decks. Bulbasaur, Ivysaur.
Just
No,
list off
I
every Pokemon.
I kind of want to do that. Just like go in
Just see what
threes until I get whichever Pokemon it is.
Cool. Those are your 6 guesses. That happens. You see the night 2 guesses. Now for your nat 1, I need you to roll me 2d10s and tell me what they are. And I also need you to pick higher or lower. This is in relation to the 2d10s, but of course you don't know what they actually refer to.
Yeah, I don't know whether I want to pick the higher side or pick the lower side. I'm gonna pick lower before I even roll.
Okay.
I got a 2 and a 2.
Well, all right.
Wait, what? How?
What?
Perfect. In that case, all right. So, seeing as it doesn't matter, one of those 2 is instead of 6 hours remaining on day 16, you now have 4 hours remaining on day 16, which, frankly, doesn't do a lot. The second thing sort of manipulates the dots. So, on day 14 night, 85 dots. On day 15 night, 91 dots.
Is this?
So the question is this a countdown? Because if so, we've got probably 2 more nights of this. The lack of response makes me think about this. The lack of further response makes me question that decision.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. What's up?
Oh, I was saying if this is a countdown of some sort, then we've probably got 2 nights left.
Assuming your guess about when this countdown ends is correct, then yeah, sure. Anyway,
I genuinely don't know whether you were just like, yeah, you're right. I don't know how to read that. Oh no.
yeah, my DM powers are improving.
I can't
can
read
tell you a
it.
statement and you won't know what it means.
I mean, this has been like this the whole show.
So without anything else, is there anything else that you guys would like to do?
I think Kyle's just checking on Ralph's dreams because Ralph very clearly has some sort of connection to this evil organization. But apparently it's not a friendly one because Ralph almost got beat up by them. But Kyle still wants to,
Check and make sure that Ralph's not gonna turn on him.
So
Sure.
Kyle's just very much in investigation mode, not in let me try and take control of this now mode.
Cool.
He's waiting to make his move.
All right. If that is that, then cool. So we will go through our travels. Sandstorm still picking up, but at this point, sitting around in this cave isn't really going to help. So you guys just try to truck it through. On day 15, takes up the entire day, and you are You have no idea if you're going in the right direction at this point, beyond the fact that you know the cave was behind you, which means that something must be in front of you. Keldeo, at this point, is sick and tired of its mane being covered in sand. It's been so long since it's taken a bath. It's frankly annoyed. Day 16 rolls around. Similar sort of activity. The storm seems to have calmed down a bit.
That's good.
Leading people to wonder, how bad was this storm really? And you guys reach again Alolaville, the wonderful city of Alola-isms, I guess. Anyway, Keldeo, at this point, after basically aquajetting itself so that it can take a bath, decides, hey, let's go and trade this in before I forget and or want to punch something.
Sounds good.
That sounds like a good idea.
So all of y'all head back into that map maker shop where you see again the Spinda carefully aligning some maps, kind of doing something with a magnifying glass, almost like looking for a specific location on another map. Looks up. I do not remember the Spinda's voice. It has been a minute, but I'm guessing it's similar to the previous Spinda of like, hello, welcome back.
This Spinda was a lot more put together than the last one. We know that much.
Yes, yeah. Hello, welcome back. Were you successful, or do you need additional information or something? Yeah, so no problem. Got your odd incense right here. Keldeo pulls it out. Very well, I'll go call the boss real quick. And turns around, heads to the back room. Anything interesting that you want to check out in this map room while the boss is being called?
I mean,
on either of your sides, of course.
I feel like last time we checked for maps, and the only one of any interest was the one to the Golden Apple, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
After a few
You're making
moments,
me think I'm missing out on something, but
you can always
well.
ask. And, you know.
I don't think I'm missing out on anything here.
Okay. Ralph, you're in the same boat?
Yep.
All right. After a few moments, Mr. Mime comes in, looks somewhat surprised, and is just like, you can tell, like, gleefully excited, I guess, however excited Mr. Mime can get without saying anything out loud. After a few moments of miming to the Spinda turns around. Yes, yeah. The boss is very excited and will gladly trade you the map to the Golden Apple in exchange for your odd incense. And
Very nice,
Keldeo's
very
like,
nice.
cool beans. Trades away. Congratulations, you have a map to a golden apple. Da 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 da. And Keldeo's like, thank you very much. Yeah, I think it's time to go find a golden apple, he says out loud to nobody as you walk outside the room. And Keldeo heads outside, sort of says out loud, like, unless you guys have anything you want to do inside the town, I guess we could go apple hunting? Bobbing for apples? Is that a thing?
Kyle just gestures to the road.
Away we go, Keldeo, full-fledged looking at this map. Ignore the logistics of a Keldeo holding a map while being a hoofed creature. And starts going along its merry way. For this, we're going to need, I'm gonna roll a d4, and we're gonna hope it's a small number. That's a 3. We're gonna need everybody to roll 3d10s.
But I only have 2.
Find a third one.
Alright. Well, those rolls were... Okay, well, that's fine.
Alright, so after both of you guys have rolled 3d10s, I'll need the total summation.
Are we both rolling 3d10?
Yeah, both of you guys are rolling 3d10.
We are all rolling 3d10.
Yeah, so that's
And
9d10.
I got a total on 3d10s, which is a roll from 0 to 30 of 26.
Ooh.
I need to get me a d10.
I rolled 8, 8, and 10. Is there any other way to make 26 out of 3 numbers?
9, 7, 10? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, there's... Yeah,
One,
yeah,
there's
10,
a few,
6,
I mean.
10, 10, 6, yeah. I was just
Okay.
thinking if you do double 9s, I don't know if you can... Oh, yeah, you can double 9 and
I got
8.
an 8, a 9, and a 9.
Ooh, that's fun. Alright, so that means taking my surprisingly small 14 with your 26 and your 9, 18,
26.
26? Another 26? Perfect. That means you guys are traveling 66 hours.
Oh!
We're just casually traveling for a week to get this golden apple.
More or less. With 14
Wait,
hours a
How
day.
many
of
days
travel.
are we on?
Times 14, hold up. This is during day 16. So this is
Oh, wait.
adding an additional 4.5 days. So this will be like morning of day 21, I think.
So we were going at a good pace, and now we're not.
Yeah, this golden map, the forest, a distance away. And if I have said anything
Do
to
we
the
see
contrary,
a lost milk tank on our way?
hey,
That would be fun.
can we have another task done in the process?
Hey,
So-
is that a Stoutland?
Day 17, 14 hours. Let me just make sure. All right, so -4, -14,
Oh, milk tank.
day 18,
Oh, milk tank.
14 hours.
Just finds a random milk tank on the road. Are you lost? No? Okay.
Also, this is a random. Do I still have the bottle?
I believe you do.
Yes, you do.
Am I going further away than its original location?
You are.
Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. Moment of silence while Anirudh figures out what to do with the bottle.
Okay, so currently right now it is a little bit before halfway through day 21.
21?
Yes, so 21.
I cannot believe I got a laugh for that. Wow. Okay.
My sense
The
of humor is
standards have plummeted.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'll take it. Easy wins.
Also, we have a bunch of dot calculations.
Wait a second. At some point here, we're gonna hit the 100 mark. Do we get a prize?
The end of the world.
Congratulations, you've won an all-expense paid trip to the end.
No.
Yay!
Sponsored by the Four Horsemen.
Is there
Like a dragon in the end that we have to fight? Because we fought a high dragon and that wasn't fun.
So,
One cheesy joke was
this,
fine. Two.
this endeavor is leading you, based on the map, to a large mountain in the distance. It's not even visible on when you leave on day 16. By day 17, 18, somewhere in that time frame, you start to see the top of the mountain, and then by day 20, you see this mountain. This is a huge mountain. Of course, day 21 is where we will pause for you to actually reach the mountain. Here are your updates. Stuff has actually happened. So, on day 16, before we do this, I'm going to need
2 gold bars.
I wish.
3
Ralph,
gold bars.
does Ralph have any guesses? Because we technically have here 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 different guess opportunities.
I can't think of anything.
That's cool. We can avoid them. We don't need to sit here.
You
We feel
get no guesses.
15 guesses come and go, and Ralph doesn't do much of anything. Kyle, you see all this painfulness. I'm going to need both of you on one instance to roll me Arcana. There's only one that actually matters.
Yay, dokie. I rolled a 15.
I rolled a 3.
Great. Kyle, you are unable to view Ralph's dream in this situation.
And this is gonna be the one where things actually happen and
This is
oh,
gonna
Probably.
Yep.
all right. Okay, so Kyle's just gonna be blindsided by the fact that Ralph is actually headmaster of the Eagle organization is plotting to kill him.
Kyle, you can go through your normal dream, though, if you would like.
I mean, sure.
Cool. Both of you have similar dreams in that both of you guys open your eyes and you are in your standard location. For Kyle, middle of Black Void. For Ralph, in front of a forest. I presume
Great.
both of you are going to do the exact same thing of lie down, do nothing, sleep when things flash.
Yuppers.
Cool. So I will give you the updates. So day 15, I may have said this before. If not, I'll say it again. Was 91 dots. Day 16 was 99 dots. Day 17 is 102 dots. Day 18 is 104 dots. Let me just make sure. Yes, just making sure. And then day 19, which is the day that we are in discussion right now, there are 108 dots.
That's 12 times
11? right?
9.
No, 9. That's right. I don't know numbers.
Yes.
We could do math.
We don't know math. So day 19 is 108 dots. You expect everything to stay as normal. You know, lie down, flash of light, all the same. On the 108 dot situation, on day 19, the dots do not fall down.
Mhm.
What are your reactions?
Wait, so
Just
we see
hang-
the 108 dots in the air and nothing's happening.
And nothing is happening. You lie down, you're doing nothing, everything is doing. You've done the exact same thing for 18 other nights, more or less. This 19th day seems to be different.
So normally I'd be laying down at this point. So I just kind of wait there, like any minute now.
Hey, just I can see Ralph like
Come
looking
on.
at this guy, like, come on.
Yeah,
Come-
I'm waiting.
I got some more guesses. I'm gonna try foods.
I've got
this
3
week.
really bad guesses in my head right now.
I was thinking of foods or mom's sayings, and I'm gonna try those out this time.
Yeah.
But yes, these 108 dots do not do anything. Instead, what you start to see is a spiral being formed by these 108 dots as they connect to each other.
Uh-oh.
Does Kyle see this too, or?
Yeah, you both see this in your own respective dot worlds.
Okay. I'm
Any-
gonna wait for
any
them
other-
to do their thing.
So this spiral starts to form. It looks like one of those like mesmerizing wheels in a way.
Yeah.
And it starts to spin, starts merging, and now it's turned into almost like a Beyblade, I guess, of like wheels with like spikes out of it,
Like a hurricane.
like a hurricane. Yeah. And then what happens is very different. So you start to see one by one these sort of flashes of almost like a Hadouken or like some energy ball just pop out and hit at the ground. Just pew, 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 pew. And if you were to count them, which doesn't matter, if you were to count them, you would count 108 of them. Hitting the ground at various points at various times. It is not as consistent as it was in the past. It's not one large like beam that hits you guys. It's just
kinda random.
randomly spurted at this point.
Do any of them hit me, or are they just like around?
Nah,
me?
they're just heading all over the place.
Okay.
And then both of you wake up.
Okay. So dark spiral. They're shooting little energy balls at the ground.
Actually, it's a light spiral.
Technical terms, so it's vital.
Regardless, that's all we got.
That is all you get.
Cool.
Cool. On day 20, both of you guys roll Arcana.
Here we go. That one.
There we go.
Oh my goodness! Of course, I got a 17.
Okay. Ralph, you can't fall asleep. For some reason,
restless.
I don't know. Just,
I'm too afraid of what I might see next.
it's either that or you just spent so much time trying to think of 3 new passwords that you don't actually fall asleep.
Right.
It's like I don't know any more words. What else am I supposed to do?
Could it be my mom? Oh no.
That's the plot twist of this entry. So that's the case for you, Kyle. You what do you attempt to do? Do you attempt to do your standard try to see what Ralph's doing via
Yeah.
dream?
Yeah. Kyle's doing his standard. Pretend to be asleep. Pop into dream world. Observe Ralph's dream. You go through that. Make sure nothing is really amiss. The night before there was a weird variation because Kyle saw the weird Ralph dream and then saw his dream and like was like, okay, something's up.
Well, you couldn't see Ralph's dream
Oh,
yesterday.
I couldn't see Ralph's dream. You're right. I couldn't pop into the dream world. Oh wait, right. So yeah, Kyle saw like the weird anomaly in his dream. Was like, hold on, that means something changed in Ralph's dream. I missed something.
So you try to pop over to Ralph's dream. Ralph is not there, which usually means either A, he's awake, or B, he's not dreaming.
Yeah, I feel like Kyle's assumption has always been the latter. I don't think Kyle's ever assumed that Ralph's not sleeping because he usually waits until Ralph seems to be asleep.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess Kyle's just gonna do his thing of, all right, I guess Ralph's not having a weird dream tonight. Let me see what happens on my end and pop out and actually go to sleep.
You open your eyes as you enter your own dream and see yourself in a green, fiery room.
Oh, this is different. This is different. Are we talking green fiery, like a green room with fire, or like green flames?
The flames, the fire themselves are green.
Wow. Is there anything in this room apart from the flames?
You look around, don't see anything. There is something at your feet, I guess.
What? Oh, well, please tell me.
As you look
I
down,
want to know.
As you look down, you see yourself standing on like a black line that seems to be curving. And as you look around at the floor of the room, you see a black spiral circling, like basically in that room on the ground, like a centerpiece.
Am I like in the eye of it?
Not really. You're just on one of the lines, a couple of rings out. Like you just
Okay.
got placed randomly.
Weird. So there's this green fire, and it's this dark spiral. Weird.
One
Shit.
last thing. Unless you have anything you would like to ask me real quick.
Oh, no, please elaborate.
As you look around this room, what you hear is the cackling of what sounds like many different Pokemon surrounding you, just laughing.
And I can't see them?
No, they seem like they're outside of the room almost.
I've looked around at the floor, I've looked around my surroundings. Is there anything above me, or am I like in like an enclosed room, like there's a ceiling?
There's no ceiling, it feels like, but you're just 4 walls.
4 walls and just flames as high up as the eye can see.
Pretty much.
Oh boy. Okay. Can I get to the center of this spiral?
You can if you want to walk there.
I'm gonna start moving to the eye of this spiral and see like if it opens into anything. Because there's got to be something.
As you continue walking to the center of the spiral, the cackling seems to get louder and louder until eventually everybody stops and you hear one solitary voice. I have been reborn! And you wake up.
Spooky.
That is day 20.
Okay. This is concerning. I've been reborn. Weird, ethereal thing. Is Kyle awake before Ralph here?
Ralph hasn't really fallen asleep. He's more of
I've
like
been awake.
in that in and out phase, but that's more of him, I guess, rather than dreams.
Yeah. I'm wondering if Kyle is gonna. You know what? I'm gonna chance it. I'm gonna take this role here because this could be important. Kyle is gonna try and just very sneakily go to Ralph's bag. Check on that bottle.
Oh no.
Okay, so you head to the bag, you head to the bottle.
And I
I notice this?
want to not wake like anyone. Is what I'm
Do I notice this?
Do you want to attempt to notice this? You can forfeit your roll here. Alternatively, it would be a stealth versus perception thing.
Is Ralph being attentive right now in his inability to fall asleep?
No, he's tired and he can't sleep.
So what I will say
he's not
here
actively
is,
trying to search for people maybe taking his bag.
So what I will say here, Mansour, it's up to you if you want to care or not. You can forfeit your opposition roll here. Alternatively, I have Kyle roll stealth advantage. You roll perception neutral.
Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and do that.
Perception.
Tell me how I rolled the same thing twice.
5.
I mean, I got 15 twice.
Okay.
Wow.
Playing
You
stealthy is
sneakily
healthy, kids.
grab this bottle, pull it out.
Well, I'm like very like carefully observing this bottle,
Mm-hmm.
seeing if there's anything weird about it or
It
anything
doesn't seem
different
so.
that I notice.
From your notice, not particularly. As a reminder, this bottle, when Ralph was handling this bottle, in the first instance, there seemed to be somebody inside. After a certain point, the bottle just seemed to be a bottle, but the elder was still like, "Hey, get that away from here."
Yeah. Okay. If nothing seems to be different, Kyle's gonna put the bottle back and kind of just be on alert and see if there's anyone around, because this, Kyle interprets this as one of two things: whatever was in the bottle got out, or whatever the big bad evil org has been plotting is happening. And either way, they're probably Ralph and Kyle are probably in the center of it. Is what Kyle's interpretation.
I see. All right, cool. Day 20 night turns into day 21 morning, and you guys continue your travels. I don't know if you discuss anything before you reach the mountain. Hello, this is Anirudh, the GM, PM, DM of Not a Scratch, and thank you for listening to this episode. As always, episodes come out weekly, so be sure to follow us, subscribe, and do all those important things you ought to do when supporting a podcast. If you've enjoyed the episode and want to support us in any way, shape, or form that you can, the best way to do so is to share us with your friends. Share us with people that might actually be scared about the spooky music that was in that previous segment. I just took one of my old songs and slowed it down a lot, and it made that cool sound, and decided to go with it because I felt like it fit the mood. Also, leave us a review on your podcasting platform. Reviews help to bring new people into our community and also give us advice on what we can improve on in the future. You can also follow us on Twitter at NotAScratchCast or email us as well at notascratchcast@gmail.com if you have any cool ideas to add to the podcast or just want to reach out to us. We also have a Discord for Not a Scratch and have a bunch of awesome, amazing, wonderful people that have already joined. You can join to help build the Not a Scratch community. We've also got a website, which you can check out at www.notascratchcast.com. The website has access to all of our episodes, our merch page, which has a bunch of awesome items, and an art page where we post both commissioned and fan art. If you send us your fan art and you're interested in seeing it on the website, you might be able to do so. Our website and merch will be updating over time, so stay tuned. We want to thank Glitch X City for the songs Kirby's Dream Land, the Lo-Fi remix, Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver Route 47 remix, Pokemon Center themed Lo-Fi Lullaby remix, and Lost Woods Legend of Zelda Chill remix. We also want to thank Tabletop Audio for the songs Medieval Town, Magic Shop, and Mountain Pass. We also want to shout out our patrons. We at Not a Scratch have a Patreon where you can get amazing extra benefits regarding the show and its future, including early access to episodes, special behind-the-scenes looks of what goes into the games, special newscasts from the Outcast region, and more. You'll also be recognized during the show. Thank you to our guild interns Ginny, Harper, Ursa93, and Damon Liger, our guild members Kira1 and Alchemage, our guild master Eli, our governor Suited Tree, and finally thank you to our wiggly goat Pure Glaceon. For more information, check out the links in the episode description or contact us on Discord or Twitter. Two things we want to do before leaving you back into the episode. Number one, we are approaching the end of the arc, as you can tell by the fact that we're running out of tasks to do, and also we're in that high teens number of episodes that we try to do for each season. So, in a few weeks, some more details will be given a little bit later, but in a few weeks, we are about to do our Arc 4 Q&A, where you get to ask all your questions, whether it has to do with the season or not. We're just kind of collecting all sorts of questions. Feel free to send questions our way on Twitter. Just have some sort of indication that it is a question for the Arc 4 summary. Email us if you feel like that's a better way to do it, or join our Discord. There's an entire section of our Discord dedicated just to these Arc 4 questions. Second thing, if you're interested in having a promo on the show for your podcast, we'd love to help. All you have to do is send us an email or contact us on Twitter or Discord, and we'd be happy to discuss more. In fact, speaking of promos, here is a show for you now.
This is an ad for a Pokemon Actual Play podcast. But this isn't your dad's Pokemon world. This is a serious Pokemon world. We're dark. We're edgy. There's death and crime and darkness across the world.
Tanner, I keep getting attacked by bird Pokemon!
Tanner, my Tyro keeps getting out of his baby harness.
I'm stuck in the ghost zone again.
Okay, fine. Listen, we might be a bit darker and have more swear words than a normal Pokemon Actual Play, but it's still a pretty fun romp through the Pokemon world with some great friends who love each other and Pokemon. So if you want to check it out, then come on down to Pokemon Adventures in the Millennium, part of the Pokecasters Network.
And you can find any episode of Pokemon Adventures in the Millennium on your podcatcher of choice.
Like what you hear? Remember to leave us a rating and review. And follow us on Twitter at PKMN_Millennium.
See you in Sinnoh.
Kyle has nothing to share. Kyle is playing his cards real close to his chest.
Speaking of cards, you do have your...
Not checking the cards. Just playing them close.
Just playing them close.
Speaking of cards, you do have your deck of cards of predictions and or tarot.
Oh,
which I still haven't really...
Well, yeah. Like I said, not playing the cards. Just keeping them close.
Cool. This continues forward as you guys reach the mountain. Keldio's like, all right, how you guys mountain climbing?
What?
Kyle just, like, takes his gecko hands and just starts going.
Ralph looks at his
with Manaphy,
muscles.
like, in his bag on his back.
Ralph looks like at his biceps, kind of does like a little flex, and is like, okay.
All right. And you guys start climbing the mountain. This is a large, arduous journey of pain and annoyances. But
I assume this mountain has like a path, and then like there are more like sheer faces that the path like winds around. Kyle, like at Keldio's question, is climbing just the sheer faces of the mountain. Just yeah, whatever. Let's move.
Manaphy does not agree with you. Manaphy is like, Manaphy just walks the path that's there.
Wait, I thought. Wait, no. Manaphy jumped out of the bag. Sad.
Yeah, Manaphy's not climbing. Manaphy
wasn't doing any climbing. Manaphy's
not in a backpack. Manaphy has decided to take their lives into their own hands at this point. They fought a level 65 Pokemon and lived to tell the tale. I use those words very carefully.
Yeah. Oh, I need to delete that word Barry from my bag. That's probably a good idea.
So as you guys continue heading up the mountain, you guys reach what feels like a very serene forest. Many of the other forests that you've been in the past have this sort of dark aura around it, or just a bunch of trees, but this one, as you enter, feels peaceful, as if nothing could possibly go wrong as you enter.
Well, that's a great sign. You always want to hear those words at a TTRPG.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
And you guys enter in. As you enter in, you almost feel this like wave of relief around you, like cool.
Okay.
What's going on?
All four of us roll Arcana.
Oh boy. I have rolled a 16.
I rolled a 3.
3 and 4, luckily for you in this particular situation, 3s and 4s are fine.
He rolled 14.
14 is great.
No, like Ralph rolled a 14.
Yeah.
I rolled a
Not
16.
4. Or 16.
Oh,
Yeah.
16, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, Ralph did not roll low.
Well, no, not that. The roll is more like a check just to make sure something doesn't happen. But since you succeeded on the check, Kyle, Keldeo, Manaphy, calm, cool, and collected. Like, okay, things are cool here. Let's go find this apple. Ralph, you feel that sense of At this point, you've been punched around a lot. This entire journey has been kind of like a one long, annoying, hey, guess what? Psych feeling.
Yeah.
So as you're examining this, you start to get you can hear yourself almost saying, I could just stay here forever. And you almost slap yourself in the face. Like, no, that's a terrible idea. Why would I?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
So I see this golden apple.
Not yet. Just as you enter the forest,
Okay.
you hear yourself being like, I could stay here forever. It's so nice and peaceful. And then the larger, more dominant, punchy side of your personality is like, that's a terrible idea.
You gotta go
things
home,
to do.
man.
You got things to do, people to see. You want to see your mother again. Come on, let's the priorities here. So we continue traveling. We're gonna play a game, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great game. It's a game.
Is it our favorite game?
It could be our favorite game of
Yay.
the entire show. Roll that dice.
Am I rolling D4s?
Yeah, D4s are probably good. Again, this similar to the last cave is not a mystery dungeon. It's just a forest.
Okay.
So, D4 away.
That did not land right at all. Let me do it again. 2.
A 2. So you guys start walking in the forest. Here's what's going to happen. Alright, so I'm going to keep track of how many steps you guys go. We are looking for a specific number, of which is popped into my head, and it's honestly not too difficult to get. However, after every roll, everyone is going to roll Arcana.
Oh,
and at a certain point, this becomes a problem. So, roll high and roll proud. So everybody's going to roll Arcana right now.
3.
What you need to do is beat a 1.
Oh, 3.
Oh wait, I got a +1 modifier. My roll doesn't matter. Haha.
Perfect. So that's 2 steps in, and now you can roll again.
Okay.
Oh, are we gonna have to beat the total of steps that we've moved?
You moved 2 steps, so luckily you're good.
Okay.
What was your roll for the D4?
I didn't roll the D4.
Oh, okay.
3.
Alright, so you guys walk 3 more steps. Everybody roll Arcana.
I rolled a 10.
You need to beat a 2.
Plenty of room to spare. 16.
A nat 20 on a Manaphy.
Nice.
Wow.
Does the counter reduce by 1?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so, alright, go ahead and roll for moving.
Okay. 4.
Plus 4, everybody needs to roll. You have to beat a 2.
7.
17.
Okie doke. I got a 14 and a 7 myself, so, all's cool and dandy.
This is gonna be terrifying when someone eventually doesn't beat the roll, because it's gonna happen.
Potentially. We'll see.
It's probably gonna be me. Not gonna lie.
Go ahead and roll for steps.
3.
Plus 3. Everybody needs to roll. We need to beat a 3, I believe.
No. Okay, I got a 5.
10.
I got a 11 and 14 respectively. Go ahead and roll for steps.
4.
Plus 4. Okay. We need to beat a 4.
8. I'm cutting it close.
5.
Got an 18 and a 19, so we are good. Time to roll for steps.
Someone needs to roll a nat 20 real quick.
1.
Plus 1 step. We need to roll and beat a 5.
Oh
17.
boy. Well, I lost. It's a 4.
No, there it goes.
8 and 14. Okay. If it was anyone else, I would go into the scenario. But since you passed your Arcana check earlier,
Oh, he gets a saving grace.
here is your get out of jail free card that you can immediately use.
I'm fine. I'm good.
All right. Roll for steps at this point. That is your get out of jail free card. Though. Next time you hear this voice, it will be situation.
Very dastardly.
So steps.
Steps. We got a 1.
Plus 1, you're going to go need to beat a 6.
13.
I'm screwed. Nat 20!
Nice.
Oh, that is clutch.
Did someone just roll a 7?
Because Keldeo rolled a 6 on the nose, which would not have beat a 6. However, your nat 20, I'm going to say drops it down 1, so that works.
Excellent.
Nice order of operations. We love to see it.
I'm being generous here.
Shout out PEMDAS.
Shut up, this.
Alright, your D4 for movement, however. So Keldeo is almost like about to sit down and take a nap, and I think who rolled the nat 20? Was that you?
Me.
Ralph.
Yep.
You literally just punch Keldeo like back up, like come on, we gotta go.
We don't have time for this.
Go ahead and roll your D4.
2.
Plus 2, you have exited the forest.
Oh, finally.
Yay!
Exactly
we did
20
it.
spots. That was very close to being dangerous, but.
Just out of curiosity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20. We would have been fine. Did I just waste a nat 20? Yes. But
So you exit the forest. Now, as you've been entering this forest, I think as you're examining things, you see a lot of berries and apples and stuff that are growing. And as you get into the forest, you notice as you go closer and closer to the center, the power of these berries, I guess, is more and more powerful as you go inside. So on the outside, you've got like cherry berries and basic stuff that heals like status effects. And then you go inside and then it's healing stuff. Then you go inside, it's even better healing stuff. So you go from ore into citrus berries. Your apples turn into big apples, which turn into huge apples, and so on. Until you
do we
go...
see any donuts?
There's a donut growing from a tree, exactly.
Yes!
But it's way too high up, so you can't reach it.
Oh.
And as you go further ahead into the center, you see in a clearing one large apple tree full
Yay!
of golden apples.
Yay!
Nom, 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 nom.
You also see one other thing. You see
What do I see?
sleeping at the base of a tree a milk tank.
2 with 1!
We
Let's
got those discounts,
go.
baby! Let's go! 2-in-1 deals. What would you like to do?
Kyle is going to point to the apples and point to the milk tank and point to the apples and point to the milk tank until Keldeo sees what Kyle sees.
Keldeo has seen what Kyle sees and is just looking down the list like, let me just make sure this is it before I start celebrating. Okay. Retrieve a golden apple. Yes. Find the lost milk tank. Yes. Oh,
Did it just
snap.
say find or
Find.
return?
I don't know what the actual definition is. Return the lost milk tank. There we go.
My thing says
Return the lost
return.
milk tank. That's half the task right there. Oh, snap. We got this. Let's go. Yay!
I can't wait for us to wake up this milk tank and for this milk tank to go, oh no, I live here. I'm not lost.
Keldeo starts like rushing over to the milk tank. You guys presumably right behind.
Oh, of course, as always.
And Keldeo starts shaking the milk tank awake, like, hey, wake up. Oh, hello. How are you? Hey, sorry, very odd question here. Do you know where you are by any chance? Just like real quick, I need to confirm this. Doing a survey for like people's old if they need it. Well, I'm in a forest. Seems like there's some apples here. Ooh, golden ones. Heard of these? Yeah.
Keldeo did not ask the right question.
Keldeo's like, but do you know where this forest is? Like, anywhere. Like, at all. It's a forest. Like, JD, I think this counts. Come on. Come on. Doesn't even know what he's talking about. Yeah. I think this works. It's a nice napping spot.
I feel like
Ralph.
you and a certain slowpoke would be,
Whatever.
or slowbro would be very good friends.
Ralph, with your succeeded Arcana check from way back when, you can tell that the effects of the forest have really hit this milk tank, which is why
I see.
it's kind of like this. Everyone else sees just a milk tank that's very tired. And Victini, sure enough, pops out Pew. Hey, what's going on? Ooh, golden apples, very nice. Milk tank. Does he know what he's doing? Keldeo turned around. I don't think he knows that I exist, and I've been talking to him for the past 5 minutes. So, man, Broski here is out of it. I don't know if it's the forest, if it's the apples.
He's smelling colors.
Right? He's smelling colors and speaking sounds at this point. Like, I don't know.
This milk tank
speaking sounds make sense. I don't know what
numbers.
He's tasting numbers, smelling colors, and you get the gist. He's out of it right now. Okay, great. Does this count as lost? Well, yeah, technically, if you can go return him to his spot, wherever that would be, that's cool. Also, you gotta pick an apple. Keldeo, I think, out of pure frustration with this conversation with the milk tank, just sticks up one of its hooves, blasts something, blasts the tree with some bubble beams. A few apples fall down, picks up one of them. Ta-da!
I did it.
Yep, works for me. Click. So go find the home for this milk tank, and you should be good. Yes. And Keldeo very excitedly is like, "Hey, milk tank buddy, we're gonna go bring you to your family or something. You wanna come with?" Yeah, sure. I suppose. If you think it's best.
Also, I love that Keldeo has said "we," even though it's just Keldeo there.
We, me, myself, and I. Let's go.
Good thing this milk tank's out of it.
Very true. So, sure enough, another task has been completed. You've got some golden apple and some milk tank self.
I'm not crossing off this milk tank yet. Oh, now the milk tank has to be tired.
And so you guys start heading out of the forest.
Is Keldeo carrying this milk tank, or is this milk tank actually following?
The milk tank is following very slowly, so Keldeo at some points is trying to push the milk tank. Come on, let's go. We gotta go faster. We gotta move. Yeah, all right. Where are you heading? What's up with you? Keldeo's like, do you know what's going on? When were you here? I've been here since he says someday. Keldeo just turns around. That was 4 months ago.
Surprise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose that works.
This milk tank is living its best life.
I'm yawning right now.
At this point, everyone's real tired, so they're just all right, let's go, come on. No need to roll some dice. You are out of the forest now, have to climb down some mountains. Milk tank, as it exits the forest, starts to regain some of its senses. Oh yeah, why am I top of a mountain? Who are you? Oh good, you seem to have regained some senses. I'm Keldeo. Might have heard of me. Swords of Justice. Oh yeah. Wait, what? You see the dawn of realization, wait, what's going on? I think this is a good place to end the episode. Right here with
wait.
But yes, one more task done. Another task and a half to go. Somebody's been reborn? Question mark with that? Any wise words of wisdom before we exit?
One gold apple.
There you go. Mansour, anything you have to add?
Dude, can we just get this guy home so that we can go home?
Fair point. All right, that is where we will end this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, I have been your PM, your DM, your GM, Henry himself.
And I've been Mansour, playing Ralph.
And until next time, make sure that you set an alarm before you actually wake up. Otherwise, you don't wake up. Exhibit Muhammad.